What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be continuing the NHL season preview series here with the Philadelphia Flyers. We're going to be talking about how they finished off last season with team stats, individual stats, as well as take a look at their season for this upcoming year with their contracts and break down my predictions and everything I think that will happen for them this upcoming season. But before we do get into it today, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, it does not cost you a single penny. It is completely free. Tell your friends. We're trying to grow to 750 subscribers here, and you guys are doing a great job of that. So let's continue to grow the community. Hit that subscribe button. Again, it is completely free, so I don't see why you don't do it. Hit it, and let's get going. The Philadelphia Flyers last year, not so great. Bottoms of, not the complete bottom of the Metropolitan, as that was the Blue Jackets, but they were down there, finished the year off 31, 38, and 13 for a total of 75 points on the year, 5 below the Washington Capitals. Looking at individual stats on the year, Travis Konechny leading the way, 61 points in 60 games played. I know he was injured and out of the lineup for some time. Kevin Hayes, 54 and 81 played. Owen Tippett, 49 in 77 played. Morgan Frost had 46 and 81 played. Scott Laughton, 43 in 78. Noah Cates was the only plus player in the top 10 at least. I was scrolling down to take a look to see 38 points in 82 games played, so nothing too crazy for him. And rounding out that top 10, James Van Riemsdyk, no longer on the team, as well as Ian Provorov, who is also off to greener pastures. Looking at their total cap space right now, they have a total amount of projected cap space of $2.96 million. Now, one thing you can't really see on the list right here is their injured reserve, which they have 2 players on at this point in time with Sean Couturier and Cam Atkinson. Couturier at $7.75 million for the next foreseeable future until 2029, so an absolute steal of a deal right there. And Atkinson, $5.875 for the next 2 seasons. Taking a look at contract years for some players, we've got Owen Tippett, big year for him. Ryan Poehling. We got Wayne Allison, Tanner Lizinski, and then Morgan Frost still has yet to sign at this point in time of the recording of this video. On the back end, you've got Sean Walker, Mark Stahl, Nick Seller, as well as Igor Zamula. Between the pipes, you've got Pettersson at $5 million, Carter Hart on a contract year, as well as Felix Sandstrom on a contract year as well. So it should be interesting to see that tandem with Peterson and Carter Hart, no longer just the Carter Hart show. Up front, again, Travis Konechny, a $5.5 million hit for the next 2 years. Joel Farabee locked in for the next 5 years at $5 million. Scott Laughton, $3 million for the next 3 years. Noah Cates, $2.625 million for the next 2 seasons. Nicolas Deslauriers is $1.75 million for the next 3 years. So overall, the Flyers have some very good deals on some players, but when you look at them on paper, and then on the back end, really Travis Sanheim and Ristolainen. Sanheim $6.25 until 2030, and Ristolainen $5.1 for the next 4 seasons. Again, when you look at them on paper, you think to yourself, well, they don't really have any superstars. And Sean Couturier and Travis Konechny, Konechny technically is an all-star, but superstars, to be quite honest, they don't have a single one on their team. If you ask me straight up, they have elite talent, but they don't have any superstars. I'd say Konechny, Couturier, and Atkinson on the downside of his career, but I'd pretty much say Konechny, Farabee, and Sean Couturier are elite potential talent, and then it kind of drops off from there. Obviously, Owen Tippett had a very good season last year. The potential for being an elite player is there. Scott Laughton, I wouldn't say is an elite, but he is definitely a great depth forward to have on any hockey team. I would also say Morgan Frost has the potential to be an elite player. I know he was drafted super high, a lot being said about him and a lot of potential, but I'd say the jury is still out on him. On the back end, they, in my mind, do not have an elite defenseman whatsoever. Sanheim, very good, solid defenseman. I'd say he'd be like a top 3, like the 3rd best defenseman on a really good NHL team. Ristolainen, he is only 28 years old, but he's not an elite defenseman. Cam York has the potential to be a really good defenseman. He still is only 22 years of age. The potential is there. Again, Carter Hart, is he elite? He is a very good goaltender, but I wouldn't say he's elite. Same as Pettersson. He is very good, but not elite. When you think of elite for the Flyers, it's Konechny, it's Couturier, and then it's maybe Farabee when it's a good year. And maybe it could be Owen Tippett. I know they lost D'Angelo, they lost Kevin Hayes, they lost James Van Riemsdyk. They're all not there this season, so you don't have those guys to potentially fall back on if things go tough, which I think they will this upcoming season, which getting into my official prediction for the Flyers, it's going to be another rough year. Again, depending on when Couturier and Atkinson come back from their injury, who knows when that will be. But we're just going to have to wait and see what the Flyers do. I think they'll be around that 70 to 75 point mark again this upcoming season. Going to have another high pick in the draft. I'm most looking forward to seeing what Owen Tippett, Morgan Frost, Farabee, and on the back end, Cam York, as well as I'm really excited to see if Carter Hart can earn himself a contract, whether it's with the Flyers or somebody else in free agency this upcoming season, although he is a restricted free agent, so scratch that last point about Carter Hart. But going to be a tough season for the Flyers. I expect it to be rough hockey. Hopefully they don't get hit by the injury bug, because then they'll have to pull more guys up from the AHL, and could be a very glorified AHL potential team. But man, maybe they do play for the number 1 pick. I don't know, but it's not going to be a good season for the Flyers. The future is definitely bright with Michkov, as well as Frost, Tippett. Again, the future is bright for the Flyers and the Flyers fans, so something to look forward to in the future. But the here and now, it is definitely going to be rough. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What do you think the Flyers are going to do? Is it going to be a rough season? Who's going to be the bright spots this year? I want to know what you guys think. But that's going to be it for this one. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like on it. Hit that subscribe button. Again, it is completely free. And most of you guys who are watching this video don't even know you aren't subscribed to the channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is completely free. It does not cost you a single penny. Be sure to check out the promotions down below in the description. We've got 2 running for you guys right now with SeatGeek as well as GFUEL. Use those for some dollars off any purchase, at least with GFUEL. SeatGeek is your first purchase. But again, that's it for this one. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.